I miss Phillies baseball. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Hot Show videocast, and today we're going to have our third weekly update of the offseason, as we're going to be talking about some Phillies news and some all-around baseball news. Now, guys, before getting this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. Now, guys, yet again, another quiet week in Major League Baseball and for the Phils. Not much really going on. At this point of the offseason, not much really happens. Not a lot of transactions going on. It's mid-November right now. We're about a month away from the winter meetings. Things should heat up around then. It's yet to be determined whether how fast these free agents are going to sign. Last offseason happened pretty quickly, but right now it's yet to be determined how fast these guys will sign. It's going to be interesting to see how it all plays out. I really don't like how the offseason's going so far, but at this point it's too early to judge because it's just so early. It's just been such a long offseason so far. Oh my goodness gracious, it's only been like 2-3 weeks? Oh boy, it feels more like 2-3 months, right? And this is just dragging on. But we got to hang in there because baseball will be back before we know it. Not much really going on. The awards came out this week. In my opinion, Alec Boehm got robbed of Rookie of the Year. I understand Devin Williams had a great year out of the bullpen of Milwaukee Brewers. He was great, but in my opinion, I think a guy like Alec Boehm is more valuable to a team than a guy like Devin Williams, who's just going to come out of the pen. I think Alec Boehm is a more valuable asset at third base than a guy like Devin Williams coming out of the pen for you. That's just my opinion. I know some people will disagree, and everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I just think that Alec Boehm should have won the NL Rookie of the Year. I think he was robbed. And you also heard some other news about Andy McPhail. We'll get into that a little bit later. We're going to start off, as I said, getting back to Alec Boehm. Rob, Rookie of the Year. The award goes to Devin Williams of the Milwaukee Brewers. He had a good year out of the bullpen this year. He was fantastic, and congratulations to Devin Williams. But once again, I honestly think that Alec Boehm should have won. And I know there's some bias there because I'm a Phillies fan and I want to see my hometown player win. But honestly, I just think he was better. I just really think he was better than Devin Williams. He finishes tied second in the NL Rookie of the Year voting. He wasn't far behind. But in my opinion, I think he was robbed. But once again, I would like to congratulate Devin Williams and the Milwaukee Brewers on winning that award. And also, something that happened this week was Veterans Day. I just would like to take a moment to honor all the veterans out there who sacrificed their life for this country, and I really, really appreciate it. And this is just such a great country. God bless America. America's strong. This country is amazing, and it's number one, and I think we need to all keep it that way. And the reason why it is because of how hard these veterans work for us, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. And thank you so much, and God bless America. And another thing that happened this week, and I think we all know, what I'm going to say here, JT Realmuto, right? We all know JT Realmuto, the best catcher in baseball, heading on the free agent market, all the drama. Well, he officially declined the $18.9 million qualifying offer from the Phillies, and I think we all obviously knew that was coming. That was not a surprise. I wasn't shocked to hear that. I think we all knew it was coming, but it just stings. Once again, we all knew it was coming. I thought it was coming. I knew for a fact he wasn't going to be back, but it still stings, man. It's a bummer, man. I just wish that the front office would try a little bit harder, But I understand the pitching is the priority, and I have said that since day one. If we lose JT and we go out and sign James McCann in free agency and we stack up in the bullpen, I'll be fine with losing a guy like JT Realmuto. Would it be disappointing? Absolutely, but I'd understand it. If we were to, substitute that with some relief pitching help and get another starter since Arrieta's now off the books. So I'd understand that, but once again, we need to fill these vacancies. In the bullpen, that has to be priority number one. And in my opinion, I'm gonna flip-flop with my predictions, and I understand that. And I've been pretty, unpredictable with my predictions about JT Realmuto. I have, stuck with two teams pretty much. I've been going back and forth with the Phillies and the Mets, and I'm going to go back to the Mets again because I know that report came out, I think it was a few weeks ago. They didn't want to play in New York. But honestly, if you can handle Philadelphia, I think you can handle New York. Because there's no way. Philly fans are brutal. New York fans are brutal. But I think if you can handle Philly, I think you can handle New York as well. Once again, my prediction is now changing. I said he was going to stay in Philly. Now I think he goes to the Mets. I just think that Steve Cohen, he's just my goodness gracious. I mean, that guy's just a great owner. No other way to put it. And the Mets are no longer a laughingstock, guys. I always say, oh, well, the Mets, the laughingstock Mets, laughingstock Mets. Well, first of all, we're no better than the Mets because we're a joke because, we spend all this money and we can't do anything. And number two, the Mets now have a new owner. It's just completely different. They fired Bernie Van Wagenen. They cleaned their front office. They have a new owner who's amazing, and Steve Cohen, who's going to spend a lot of money for that organization. And it's not time to sit back and laugh at the Mets anymore. It's really time to say, wow. It's just like, it's time to be a little bit scared because the Mets are going to be scary. The Mets are going to be good. I do believe that, and I am feeling completely different about the Mets now. Not in a good way. Not in a good way. It's not looking good there. But that's why I think JT ends up there, and I talk about it a little bit, and with the fact that if you're a new owner coming into a big market like New York, you want to set an example and kind of just make a name for yourself, right? You kind of want to come up and say, bam, look what I got. My first year in an off season, look what I got for this organization. I got a star baseball catcher who is just going to be great for this team. And there's a huge hole behind the plate for the Mets right now with the loss of Wilson Ramos, which isn't a loss at all because Wilson Ramos is old and he's at the end of his career. He had a good career, but it's time to move on. But it just would be a dream come true for the Mets if they could bring this huge splash in this offseason, sign JT Muto, steal him from the division rival, Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, I think they're going to do it. I really do. I think they have the money to do it. And as I said, they want to start it off with a bang. They want to start off this offseason with a bang, and they want to have a big splash going into the winter. And in the next spring. So I think that JT Muto heading to the New York Mets is a big possibility. And I think it's going to happen. As I said, I keep talking about it. I do think it will happen. I'm disappointed to say that, and I do think there's always a chance that you could end up back with the Phillies, but I don't like the Phillies' chances. I mean, it's just like the organization, like we're just unsure. I mean, we're having so many front office problems right now. Like we don't even know is Ned Rice going to be the GM next year? Like they're not answering any questions. What's going on with our president, Andy McPhail? I mean, you hear that, they want him out. John Middleton doesn't want him anymore. You've been hearing a lot of these reports recently. Is he gone? I mean, probably. I mean, so it's just a lot of talk right now. There's a lot of stuff going on in this organization. It's a mess. It's a mess. And now if we were to have a good GM and have a good president and have an owner that I could trust, I'd say I think I'm more confident. But the fact that our front office is a mess and it's just there's so much uncertainty with the Phillies right now. It's just I don't know. But one good thing that we have going for us is Bryce Harper, because Bryce Harper will not take it too well if JT does leave. It doesn't matter if he goes to the Mets, the Yankees, St. Louis, someone like that. I mean, it's just he's not going to take it well. That's all I'm going to say. He's not going to take it well. And let's get into Andy McPhail, the Phillies president. I read a report. I think it was by thegoodfight.com or whatever they're called. I can't really remember the exact name that they're called, but. They said the Phillies president, Andy McPhail's exit as president is intimate, and the club is now conducting interviews for president of baseball operations as soon as next week, right? I mean, we heard that John Middleton is pushing Andy McPhail out of the Phillies organization. He does not want him here anymore, and good riddance. I don't want him here either. He's absolutely terrible. He's not, as I talked about, he hasn't really accomplished much. He was with the Baltimore Orioles for all those years. Didn't really do much there, and nothing personal against Andy McPhail. Once again, same goes with Matt Klentak, but I have met Matt Klentak before, and I think he's a good guy. I don't really know much about McPhail. Nothing personal here, too. I just don't like him as president. I just don't think he does a good job, doesn't have the fire, doesn't have the passion. I don't like him in this spot. And I think it's time to say goodbye to Andy McPhail. I think you need to get rid of him, and I do think that's what's going to happen. And regardless if he goes now, he's definitely going to be gone after next season because he has said that. He said, I'm gone after next year. So that's great because Andy McPhail is just not good for this team. He's not a very strong leader. And if you're going to go look at some good front offices in baseball, go look at the Washington Nationals with Mike Rizzo in that front office with the Lerner family owning that organization, and with Mike Rizzo being the general manager and the president. He's both. He's the GM and president of the Washington Nationals. I mean, that front office is amazing. I mean, Mike Rizzo is one of the best GMs in baseball and all of sports. I mean, Mike Rizzo is awesome. I wish we could get a guy like Mike Rizzo because Mike Rizzo is a great guy. He's smart. And they keep bringing up this Theo Epstein thing, if he could come in and kind of have like that similar Mike Rizzo type thing where you're going to be the GM and president. I don't know, man. Like, do I want to pay him all that money? Like, I don't want that, man. Like, I really, really don't. And I think people are like really bringing that up saying, oh, I want Theo Epstein. Like, he's going to cost too much money. He's going to cost way too much money. And, for a guy, I just don't understand that. I mean, a guy in the front office, you're going to pay him like $10 million a year? I mean, that's just absurd. And when you're paying Bryce Harper $25 million a year, and he's going to be in the starting lineup every day, batting third, playing right field, wearing number 3, you're paying him $25 million a year. That's perfectly fine. But if you're going to pay a GM $10 million a year, that's just absurd, and it just can't happen. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, it's really, really pathetic. And let's get into the awards. And I want to start off in the National League. Congratulations to Freddie Freeman of the Atlanta Braves on winning the NL MVP. I mean, he certainly deserved it. I mean, Mookie Betts was in there too. Manny Machado, which I don't understand. I mean, honestly, I do not like Juan Soto. I think you all know that. I'm not a fan of his antics. I think he's a bit of a bragger. But why was Juan Soto not in the top 3 consideration? I don't understand that. Why was he not even considered in the top 3? I mean, that's really absurd. Juan Soto, as I said, I cannot stand Juan Soto. But hey, he's one good baseball player, and how is he not even considered? I understand he only played like 47 games this year. He won the NL batting title. I mean, the guy is a stud. The guy's an absolute stud. He's really good at this game, man. I mean, he's amazing. He's amazing. He's a young star, and he's not even in the top 3. I mean, that's just absurd. And but Freddie Freeman certainly deserved it. I mean, what a year he had. I mean, I keep hearing all these Braves fans talk about it. I mean, he's the next Chipper Jones. I mean, he's the next Chipper Jones. He's amazing. He's a great guy, good family man, and I am a big Freddie Freeman fan. I've always liked him, and despite him being a Brave, I could put that aside. And you guys know I do not like the Braves, of course, because they're a division rival. But I have a lot of respect for Freddie Freeman. And in the AL, Jose Abreu, I did not see this coming. Jose Abreu wins the AL MVP. So congratulations to Jose Abreu. Good year for the Chicago White Sox, that good young team over there. They got Tim Anderson over there as well. And what a good leader he is in that clubhouse. He seems like a really, really good guy. And you saw that interview that he had with his family. And just a really good, down-to-earth guy. DJ Mayhew was also in that consideration. Same with Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez with that great bounce-back season. He was really bad last year, comes back and has a great season this year, but DJ Mayhew didn't win as well. I mean, I thought DJ Mayhew had a good year. I thought he had a chance to win, but ends up going to Jose Abreu. So congratulations to Jose Abreu. And the NL Cy Young, Trevor Bauer of the Cincinnati Reds, a free agent, wins the NL Cy Young. So congratulations. He had a career year. I know a 60-game season, but he still had a career year. And what a way to head out in the free agent market. You win the NL Cy Young. You're feeling good about yourself. You have a first-round exit in the playoffs with the Reds. But, I mean, what a year he had for the Reds. And, man, oh, man. I mean, he's going to get a big payday. I could see him going to a team like the Angels. But what a year he had. I mean, coming over from the Cleveland Indians last season in the middle of the year. He was great for the Reds. And honestly, I think he's a bit of an inconsistent player, but we'll see what's going to happen. Yu Darvish and Jacob deGrom also in that top 3 consideration. And you saw with Jacob deGrom the past 2 seasons, he has won the NL Cy Young. So that little streak he had is now broken. Trevor Bauer has broke that. And the AL Cy Young goes to Shane Bieber of the Cleveland Indians. Shane Bieber won the All-Star Game MVP last year in Cleveland in front of his home crowd. I mean, I saw that. He was great when I saw him there. And I don't really get to see much of the American League. I've paid attention to what's going on in baseball, but Shane Bieber, he's great, man. I mean, he's awesome. He really had a good year over there for the Indians, and the Indians have, went through a lot of transitions. I mean, they used to have guys like Corey Kluber, Trevor Bauer in their starting rotation. Now they've, transitioned a little bit and gotten some younger arms. I mean, you got rid of Mike Clevenger, but you still got Shane Bieber and Zach Plesac as well. So. Indians are one of those teams, a small market team that has to transition through players, so he wins that. And the NL Rookie of the Year, as I talked about, goes to Devin Williams of the Milwaukee Brewers, a relief pitcher. He had a great year out of the bullpen this year. I mean, he was phenomenal. But still, I still think Alec Bohm should have won. And Jake Cronenworth of the Padres also was in consideration, along with Alec Bohm from our Phillies, who was also in that. And the AL Rookie of the Year goes to Kyle Lewis of the Seattle Mariners. Get used to these names, because these names are not going to be going away. These are good young players that are going to be good for years to come. Congratulations to Kyle Lewis on winning that award. And the NL Manager of the Year goes to Don Mattingly, the Miami Marlins. Well deserved. I mean, you go into this year, the Miami Marlins did not have high expectations, and you end up making the playoffs. Congratulations to Don Mattingly. He had a great year this year with the Miami Marlins. He's a good manager, and I respect him. So congratulations to Don Mattingly. I mean, you go through all those troubles. With the positive cases and losing so many players and having to go through all that. I mean, that was just crazy. And you make the playoffs. I mean, how impressive with the Marlins this year? I mean, am I right? I mean, they were great. I mean, they were great. They were a good young team. And David Ross and Jace Tingler were the other two that were considered. But the AL Manager of the Year goes to Kevin Cash of the Rays. I mean, my goodness. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that decision he made in the World Series. I mean, I'm surprised it didn't cost him from winning this award. I mean, let's just put that aside. But I mean, he's a great manager. He seems like a good guy. But that decision he made in the World Series in that game 6, that was just, I'm still scratching my head about that. I mean, you take Blake Snell out after he's cruising. I mean, come on. I mean, why would you do that? But yet again, he does win the AL Manager of the Year. So congratulations to Kevin Cash on winning that award. Well deserved. I mean, he's still, put that aside, he's still a great manager, though. I mean, he just went a little overboard with the analytics. But still, great manager, Kevin Cash. He's done a phenomenal job with Tampa Bay, and he's a great manager. That's just all there is to it. So that's your awards. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't done that yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Please check out the social media link in the description section, at Phillies House for Instagram, at Heart for Next Instagram. Guys, call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshouse@gmail.com. I plan on making a free agent prediction video this week, predicting the top 10 free agent signings, where they're going to go. I don't know when that will be, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. I did that last year. I want to do it again this year. I try to just, follow up with the things I did last year, and I like to continue that. So I hope you all enjoyed this weekly update a little bit longer. I like to keep the videos under 15 minutes, but a little bit more information I had to cover today. I had to talk about the awards and things like that. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I am Luke, and I'll talk to you all later.